Hey YouTube, today I wasn't sure what to do for a video, so I thought I'd do maybe like unpopular opinions. So yeah, I don't think SRAM brakes are as good as people make them out to be. I've tried a lot of SRAM brakes on other people's bikes, and I've gotten bikes that have had SRAM brakes on them, and honestly I don't think they were as powerful or honestly as good as people make them out to be. Like, yeah, I guess they stop you, but I particularly didn't really like them. I do think SRAM makes some good stuff, like the Axis wireless stuff, but honestly I don't think their brakes are particularly that good. I guess I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that, like people saying, oh, they're the best brakes out there, but no, I don't really like them. I guess that's my opinion with this unpopular opinions video. Also with SRAM brakes, I don't think really they're like the best looking brakes. Like, honestly, I can't tell between their 2-piston and their 4-piston brakes. I think they kind of like look the same. Like the other day, someone had SRAM 4-piston brakes and they thought they were 2-piston brakes. So I'm not the only one that can't really tell between the 2-piston and 4-piston brakes. I guess their new stuff, they got like a little bit different colors or with their brakes, but especially with the older brakes, like I can't tell between the code, the guide, fucking whatever. But yeah, I don't really think the SRAM brakes are particularly that good, and they're not really like the best looking brake either. Another thing is the SRAM Axis. It is nice, but I think it's a little bit overrated. Like, I've had SRAM Axis for a couple months now. I've been using it, riding it. It is great, but especially like if you're having this older type, the previous generation Axis, it's cool. You get no wires, and you get the advantage of electronics of it being pretty precise. But honestly, I think it's kind of overhyped a little bit, and just I think companies put it on just to kind of make their bikes more expensive, and to say it has Axis. Now with the new stuff, they've kind of really redesigned it to make it actually shift better, and I do think that is good, that you can shift under power and it'll be good on e-bikes. But I think Axis is kind of just a little bit over, like, it is cool and it is great, but I think it is a little bit overrated a bit. I guess in some situations, if you're wanting to still have 12 speed and want to do bar spins and tail whips, I guess, then yeah, like in situations like that, it is good. But generally, if you're just going on pure shifting performance, it's not really particularly much better than a normal mechanical one. Like, I went from XT mechanical derailleur and shifter to this X01 Axis, and yes, more precise, but even when the XT's set up properly, like, I didn't find it to be honestly much better. I don't think it would be much different between even like the chaining cassette, if you include that. I think the Shimano is really good with the Hyperglide Plus shifting up and down. I have tried SRAM's chaining cassette before, and I do think the Shimano Hyperglide Plus does shift better up and down the cassette. So if you're getting the Access upgrade kit, honestly I don't think it's really worth it. And especially the new T-Type. I think it's like $4.5 for like the XXSL. Like you could get a pretty decent bike for that much. So yeah. Yes, similarly the Axis dropper post is kind of the same. Yeah, it's cool, that's wireless. Again, if you want to do bar spins, tail whips, and you still want a dropper post, that's another thing that you may want, unless you just make your cable super long. Another thing that's just kind of a little bit overrated. Another thing is GoPros. I think GoPro is still probably one of, or if still the best action camera brand out there. Like, they kind of did create this whole action camera market. Yes, there were like small cameras that you could take it with you to film stuff, I guess action sport, but I think GoPro did kind of create this whole action camera market. And like, I know GoPro may not be the fanciest GoPro out there, got bloody 8K, 15 stops dynamic range and best low light, but they're just kind of out there to create a camera for like the broad spectrum of people, like anyone, like your average person just trying to capture some content with some small camera, to people using them for full-on content for YouTube, to professionals who do use them in movies or whatever. People have used them in movies. So they're trying to like appeal to a broad range of people. So they may not like particularly have one feature better than another brand, but they're still, I think, one of the best cameras out there as in action cameras. There are like with Insta360 and DJI, they do have like better features, like I guess low light, and with that magnetic system they created that GoPro now has. But with GoPro they still have the feet on them, like they do have the magnet thing, but at least they still have like the feet and the tripod mount, whereas the Insta360 and the DJI, you still need that like little adapter thing, magnet thing. Like people are like, I think it's Chris Rogers, he did a great video on comparing GoPro, DJI and Insta360, and he was mentioning that can lose those little mounts a lot. Like he does lose mounts a lot, and I think that's a good point. Like if you're always losing mounts, then it can get expensive. Like they're already pricey enough, like at $30-40 per one, and like if you want to mount them on all your mounts, like that's $30 or $40 per mount, and that just adds up. I think GoPro has probably some of the better like color science for color grading, and has better skin tones than other cameras, or other than the other cameras. I think GoPro is just a little more versatile than the other cameras, because as this was, I guess this is just kind of a rant about the magnetic system, but it's still more versatile with mounting, because with the Insta360 and the DJI, they only have that magnetic mount, and with the GoPro you still got the feet and the tripod mount built in. And I think kind of action camera market in general, like people haven't mentioned like these kinds of cameras as Insta360s or the DJIs, like kind of GoPro's kind of made the term action cameras as GoPros, or DJI as in the drone market as a DJI kind of drone, and they've kind of dominated, the DJI's kind of dominated the, I guess, average drone. I don't know about the like super fast drones, I don't know about them, but I think just for general people and professionals, they've kind of, I guess DJI, just like GoPro, has kind of set the scene for an average of, or not average, like standard for drones, and GoPro set the standard for action cameras. So yeah, I think I may just end it there. Probably going to get a lot of hate comments about saying, oh no, this is better, blah blah blah. Honestly, these are just opinions. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. Honestly, I don't really care. But anyway, I think that'll be the end of this video. Like, subscribe, comment, trade hard, get loose, you.